The complex history between India and Pakistan is deeply rooted in the partition of British India in 1947. This division was primarily driven by religious differences among the population. It led to the creation of two independent nations, India and Pakistan. India was established as a Hindu-majority nation following the partition. Simultaneously, Pakistan was created as a Muslim-majority nation. This division aimed to provide separate homelands based on religious identity. However, the partition proved to be a traumatic event for millions. It was marked by widespread violence across the subcontinent. This period also saw significant displacement of populations. Millions of Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs were forced to migrate across the newly drawn borders. This mass movement resulted in immense suffering for the migrating populations. The chaos and violence led to the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people. The issue of Kashmir has been a central point of contention since partition. Kashmir was a princely state at the time of partition. It had a majority Muslim population. However, the state was ruled by a Hindu Maharaja. The state acceded to India after Pakistani-backed insurgents invaded. This accession and invasion triggered the First Indo-Pakistani War in 1947-48. The Kashmir region remains disputed between India and Pakistan. Both countries claim the region in its entirety. This unresolved territorial claim is a persistent source of tension and conflict. Pakistan's alleged involvement with terrorist groups is a significant concern for India and the international community. The Pakistani government officially denies supporting terrorism. However, the presence of militant camps within Pakistan's borders is noted by various sources. Alleged training of militants within Pakistan is a source of ongoing tension. This issue creates significant friction with India. It also impacts Pakistan's relationship with the international community. Cross-border attacks attributed to these groups further escalate tensions. India frequently raises concerns about state-sponsored terrorism originating from Pakistan. This remains a major hurdle in improving bilateral relations. Addressing terrorism is seen as crucial for any progress in peace talks. International pressure has been applied to Pakistan regarding militant groups operating from its territory. The issue continues to be a primary focus in diplomatic discussions. India and Pakistan share the vital Indus River basin. The Indus River and its tributaries are crucial resources for both countries. They provide water for agriculture, power generation, and consumption. Their management is governed by the Indus Waters Treaty of 1960. This treaty was brokered by the World Bank. It allocates specific shares of the Indus waters to each country. The treaty designates the eastern rivers to India and the western rivers to Pakistan, with provisions for limited Indian use of western rivers. The Indus Waters Treaty remains in effect despite periods of intense conflict. India has not canceled the treaty. However, discussions and concerns about water management persist. Potential impacts on the treaty due to new projects or climate change are sometimes raised. Water remains a strategic resource with implications for future stability. The two countries have fought several major wars since partition. These conflicts have primarily centered around the disputed territory of Kashmir. Wars over Kashmir occurred in 1947, 48, 1965, and 1999. The 1999 conflict is known as the Kargil War. These wars resulted in significant loss of life and further entrenched animosity. They solidified the military rivalry between the two nations. Beyond Kashmir, the 1971 war was a pivotal conflict. This war resulted in the creation of Bangladesh. Bangladesh was formerly East Pakistan. The 1971 war was triggered by political and humanitarian crises in East Pakistan. India's intervention led to Pakistan's defeat and the emergence of a new nation. This event dramatically reshaped the geopolitical landscape of South Asia. These historical conflicts underscore the deep-seated mistrust and unresolved issues. They have shaped the military postures and strategic thinking of both countries. The legacy of war continues to influence current relations. India and Pakistan share a long and complex border. The border stretches over thousands of kilometers. It is characterized by diverse terrains. These terrains include the towering Himalayas in the north. The border also traverses the vast Indus River basin. Further south, it runs through the arid Thar Desert. The varied geography presents unique challenges for border management and security. Different sections of the border have seen varying levels of conflict and tension. The geography influences military strategy and infrastructure development. The shared river systems, originating in the Himalayas, highlight the interdependence despite political divisions. The border is heavily militarized in many areas. It serves as a physical manifestation of the political divide. Resolving the India-Pakistan conflict requires a multifaceted approach. It involves addressing historical grievances and current flashpoints. External actors can play a crucial role in facilitating this process. The United States and other countries can contribute significantly. This role includes facilitating dialogue between India and Pakistan. Dialogue is essential to address core issues like Kashmir, terrorism, and water management. Addressing terrorism involves pressuring Pakistan to take decisive action against terrorist groups operating from its soil. This includes dismantling infrastructure and preventing cross-border infiltration. Holding those responsible for past attacks accountable is also a key demand from India. Providing mediation services can help resolve disputes when direct talks falter. External parties can offer neutral ground and expertise. Facilitating international forums can also help find common ground and build consensus on a path forward. Providing economic assistance to both countries can promote development. Economic growth and stability can reduce internal pressures that might fuel conflict. Providing economic assistance can help reduce poverty. Promoting development and reducing poverty can contribute to overall stability in the region. Economic interdependence can also create incentives for peace. External economic engagement can support these goals. Ultimately, a lasting resolution requires both India and Pakistan to demonstrate political will. Leaders on both sides must be committed to finding a peaceful way forward. This involves difficult decisions and compromises. Compromise from both sides is necessary to address the core issues. Neither country can expect to achieve all its objectives. Finding common ground requires flexibility and a willingness to negotiate. A commitment to peaceful coexistence is required from both nations. This means moving beyond historical animosity and focusing on a shared future. Building trust and cooperation is a long-term process. The path to peace is challenging but essential for the prosperity and stability of South Asia. It requires sustained effort, dialogue, and a genuine desire for reconciliation. The future of millions depends on finding a way to live together peacefully.